Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now.
Now it's been 2 years of Jungkook studying in London. But now he also start his own new small business with study too. Jungkook had many ideas and statics. He share it with his friend Rox and Rox suggest him to work on it. He has a small business of fashion and Rox was his first model. He didn't tell about it to his parents but Taehyung knows everything about Jungkook and same for Jungkook. Right now, they are talking on phone. Jungkook, why that girl is still behind you? Doesn't she knows that you love someone else? Jungkook said it angrily. He is too much jealous right now that he literally wants to send her out of this planet, far away from Taehyung. Taehyung, it wasn't my fault. I told her that I love someone but still she is behind me. Jungkook, what do you mean by that? Just tell her directly that you don't have any interest in her, otherwise I'll destroy her business and status. You know I can do this, right? Jungkook feels that girl wants to take Taehyung away from himself and he is too possessive to let Taehyung go from his life. Taehyung also feels that Jungkook is serious at this, so he changed the topic. Taehyung, okay, I'll tell her tomorrow, but what about your first model Rox? You also don't be so close to him. Jungkook, there is anything to get close to Rox. He is just a friend of me like Suga, Jimin, Hobi and Jinhung, and I only love you. He is not even handsome as like you. Of course Taehyung knows about it but he likes it when Jungkook claims himself as Taehyung's. Taehyung, you are provoking me again by your sweet words. Jungkook stopped for some seconds but a smirk formed on his face. Jungkook, my love, do you want to kiss me now? Taehyung, more than that. Taehyung said shamelessly. Jungkook, do you want to pin me on wall then rip my clothes? Then kiss me until I become breathless, then suck my neck and give hickeys on my collarbone. After that come to my nipple. Taehyung, stop. Taehyung see his lower part that was hard just to imagine it. Taehyung knows every inch of Jungkook's body and Jungkook knows about it but still Jungkook didn't stop. Jungkook, or do you want to fuck me directly and want me to moan under you with your name, like ah? Tae. Hard, harder, Taehyung, stop it. Don't tease me, otherwise I'll make sure you'll not get up from bed till a week after you're coming back to Korea. I'll make sure to impregnate you in one night. Jungkook feels goosebumps at this. This line send chill to his stomach. He knows Taehyung has stamina to make it real and he always feels scared by this, but at the same time, he feels excited to try this. Jungkook, do you really want to do this? Taehyung, yes. Jungkook, stay away from me. Jungkook touched his cheeks which are hot like iron. Taehyung, don't say that. You can't go away from me. Taehyung don't like it when Jungkook tell him to stay away from him because he still remember that feelings when Jungkook told him to stay away from him after their first sex in drunken state. Jungkook also knows about it. He feels guilty. Jungkook, I'm sorry. I'll not say that again. Taehyung feels Jungkook's sadness and he doesn't like it. Taehyung, even if you say that again, but I'll not let you go away from me. You are mine, only mine no matter what. Jungkook, yes hubby, I'm only and always yours. Just like they talked to some time more. Next day, in Korea, Taehyung was walking in campus then that girl came to him. Girl, good morning oppa. Taehyung, morning. Girl, I don't know what is your favorite so I bring Americano for you. With that, she passed that drink towards Taehyung but Taehyung didn't take it and looked at that girl. He said directly, Taehyung, I know you like me. That girl didn't get shocked or panic at this. Girl, really? Taehyung, yes. But I can't accept your feelings. My partner is so jealous person. If he finds out that you are still behind me then it'll be bad for you and I also can't protect you from this. That girl listened this and tears start flowing from her eyes. Girl, so my feelings hasn't any values. Taehyung didn't say anything at this. Girl, can't you give me a chance oppa? Taehyung, I'm sorry but I only love him. I can't betray him. That girl didn't say anything more and run away from there while crying. Taehyung sighed at this. Taehyung, hope you'll get better person for yourself. But next day, Taehyung find out that that girl transfer her university. Just like this day passing and everybody was busy in their works. One day, in London, there was a business party in Rox's brother's villa so Rox was there. He also dragged Jungkook with him but he didn't expect one person there and it was Riva. Riva came with his parents and he's looking sexy in business suit. Rox's brother, so everyone, today I want to announce my younger brother Rox's marriage with my friend's son Mr. Ying Riva. Everybody clapped at this except Rox, Riva and Jungkook. They all three are standing like shocked statue. Rox elbowed Jungkook. Rox, I think I misheard. What did brother said right now? Jungkook, you heard it right. Rox, what? They both looked at Riva who's glaring at them. Rox, no way. After party, Rox's brother, you are going to marry him after your study. It was our parents' last wish before their death. Jungkook standing there and looking this all but he can't protect his friend from this situation. Rox, no way brother. I will not marry him. And if you force me then I'll run away from this home. But from the next day, Riva's behavior changed towards Rox. Riva's point of view, I like him from my childhood but he doesn't even give any attention towards me and always became busy with others and now he became clingy with that Korean guy Jungkook. I hate it. I can't see him with others and my jealousy make me arrogant towards his friend, towards him but thanks to my parents that they already planned my wife. Now no matter what but I'll make you mine. Just like this, time going on and Riva start approaching Rox. Jungkook didn't meddle in this and after a year they became Rox except Riva as his boyfriend. And Jungkook is happy for them. After 3 years. Today was the day when two lovers gonna meet each other after their long separation. Taehyung was at airport and waiting for his love to come back to him again. And at last, he saw a handsome young man with long hair and tattooed hand and more muscular with sexy body and pierced on his lips but still cute looks on his face, man coming towards him with big smile. That man didn't even hesitate and run towards Taehyung only just to hug him tightly. Taehyung also opened his arm with big smile and love in his eyes and they hugged each other tightly. Jungkook, I missed you. Taehyung, I missed you too. Jungkook, I love you. Taehyung, I love you too. It's Jaeon Jungkook, a successful businessman in business world. He settled his own business in London during his study and now his business is a success in itself. He'll also gonna handle his family business in future too. Other side. It's Kim Taehyung, a capable handsome young surgeon and doctor. He is very kind person and he also do free treatment as a public service so he's very famous in whole South Korea. Jungkook, I want to go your home. Taehyung, it's our home. And Taehyung take Jungkook with himself towards their home. Taehyung buy a new villa at the corner side of city which wasn't too far from his old house. This villa wasn't so big neither too small but looking luxurious. Jungkook saw the board Taekook villa and he get emotional again. Jungkook, I'll not leave you again. Taehyung, mark your words. Mr. and Mrs. Jaeon are busy today so they can't go to receive Jungkook personally, but Jungkook assured them to go home by himself, but he decided to go Taehyung's home first. In Taekook villa, Taehyung is cooking dinner for both and Jungkook is hugging him from behind. Jungkook, Tae, I'm not hungry. I just want you right now. Don't you miss me anymore now? Taehyung, first eat then do other things later, and I miss you a lot every day and every night. But Jungkook wasn't satisfied by this. He kissed Taehyung's neck then sucked there and a moan escaped from Tae's mouth. Taehyung, don't tease me otherwise it'll not be good for you tonight. Jungkook, I'm ready to take any punishment. Now come on. But Taehyung take a deep breath and fed him a carrot piece. Taehyung, eat this and next I'll eat you. Jungkook make faces towards Taehyung but he obey. Jungkook, obey my hubby's words. With that he sit on kitchen counter and watching Taehyung. Taehyung feels so happy when Jungkook call him hubby. They did their breakfast together but now Jungkook can't control himself, neither Taehyung. They are kissing each other passionately and at last Taehyung carried Jungkook and walked towards their bedroom. In bedroom, Taehyung is pinning Jungkook on wall and looking at him with hungry gaze. Taehyung, you are so perfect. Did anyone else touch you like I do during this all time? Jungkook, no one except you. Taehyung grabbed Jungkook's tiny waist and pinched there. Taehyung, your waist perfectly fits in my hands. It's all belongs to me, right? Jungkook feels more hotness by this all words but he is honest. Jungkook, yes. Taehyung, who do you belong to? Jungkook, you. I belong to Kim Taehyung. Taehyung, good boy. And he start kissing Jungkook with dominance. Jungkook closed his eyes and let Taehyung dominance over him. They were separated for 5 years but their love didn't decrease but increase. They didn't meet each other during this time period but they talked on phone every day and tell each other about daily life. And now they meet again. Now Taehyung will not let Jungkook go anywhere away from himself, neither Jungkook will leave him again. Next day, in Jaeon Mansion, Mr. and Mrs. Jaeon don't know about Jungkook and Taehyung's relationship but right now, Jungkook is holding Taehyung's hand in front of them. Jungkook, Mom, Dad, he is my boyfriend Kim Taehyung. Of course they knows the famous surgeon Mr. Kim Taehyung but they didn't even expect this, not even in their dreams. Mr. Jaeon, are you serious? When did you both meet and when did this all happen? Because Jaeon couples knows that Jungkook was in London and Taehyung was in Korea, then when and how did they fell in love? Jungkook, we were classmates during university time and I love him since that time. Mr. and Mrs. Jaeon get shocked at this. That's why Jungkook denying to go London but they are furious too. Mr. Jaeon, you love him since that time. Jungkook, yes. Mr. Jaeon, but we can't approve this relationship. Jungkook already expected this so he didn't react more. Jungkook, I'll not leave him no matter what. Mrs. Jaeon, but son, we already arranged your marriage with Mr. Choi's daughter in your childhood. She is beautiful and talented too. She is coming back to Korea within a week. Jungkook, Mom, I can't leave Tae. Mr. Jaeon, you have to and you'll marry that girl in future, no matter what. Jungkook, Dad, you can't force me. Mr. Jaeon, I can because I'm your dad. Jungkook, you are forgetting Dad that I'm not your biological son. Jungkook doesn't want to say this but he need to make them realize with truth, but at this Jaeon couple became silent. Mrs. Jaeon, no son. You are my son, my only child, and I'm your mom. Don't say like that. Jungkook became silent at this. Jungkook knows that Mr. and Mrs. Jaeon loves him heartily and he also loves them, but he can't sacrifice his another love for his parents. Jungkook, Mom, Dad, I love too, but I also love Tae. Please don't make me separate from him again. You all three are my only family. You took care of me and I don't want to lose anyone. Mr. and Mrs. Jaeon became silent at this. Jungkook, Mom, Dad, please think about my words. I'm going with Tae for now, but I'll come back to you soon after in some days. Taehyung was silent this all time and looking this all, but now he said. Taehyung, Uncle, Auntie, I know you love Kooky and wants his good and I'm very thankful for you all to raised him with care, but now I can't let him leave me again. With that he greeted both Jaeon couple and went from there with Jungkook. In car, Jungkook, what if they don't agree? Jungkook was too much nervous and stressed, but Taehyung placed a hand above Jungkook's hand and assured him. Taehyung, they love you. They want you to be happy, so they will agree. Don't worry. Jungkook smiled and kissed Taehyung's hand. Jungkook, I love you. Remember this all. Taehyung, I love you too. In bedroom, they both are in bed and Jungkook sleeping in Taehyung's arm. Jungkook, do you remember our first meeting? Taehyung, yes. Flashback. Taehyung was walking in university corridor, but then he heard someone's panicking voice from an empty classroom. He didn't think twice and opened that classroom door and saw two boys fight with each other. One boy was laying on ground injured and another was attacking on him by pinning that boy on floor. That boy's action was so aggressive and angry. But he couldn't see his face. That boy, dare to touch me again and I'll make sure to show you what hell look like. With that he was about to punch him again, but Taehyung grabbed his hand. Jungkook, who the hell? Jungkook turned his head towards Taehyung to look who dared to grab his hand, and that was their first meeting. After some time in principal office. Principal, Mrs. Jaeon, your son is getting irresponsible students by time. His rebellion behavior are unacceptable. Mrs. Jaeon, I'm sorry Mrs. Wong. I'll take care of it in future. Principal, you better take good care Mrs. Jaeon. This all time, Jungkook was silent, but he is glaring at Taehyung because Taehyung was the student who reported it to principal. After that, Jungkook start hating Taehyung and Taehyung also doesn't like Jungkook's behaviors. They don't want to see each other face, but still they encounter with each other the most. Flashback end. Taehyung, I didn't ask, but why did you beat that boy that day? Jungkook, do you really want to know? Taehyung, yes. Jungkook, that day, that boy wanted to kiss me. And Taehyung's grip tightened around Jungkook's body and Jungkook feels it. Jungkook, that boy was a bully. One day he was forcing a weak girl and I saved her, but in the revenge, he wanted to force me in place of that girl. Taehyung became silent. Jungkook, but that boy was too weak and looked so ugly, I don't like his face so I beat him. Taehyung, you did it right. Jungkook, but still you report it to principal. Taehyung, I'm sorry. I should have listened to you too. Jungkook, I also didn't declare my side, so it's okay. But because of this we meet and you get a free ticket to see my fighting. Hubby, I was strong, right? Taehyung, you are still strong, but only I can kiss you and touch you. Taehyung can't digest that. That boy was trying to kiss Jungkook. Taehyung thinking, if he meet me again then I'll beat him till he see that hell himself. Jungkook, then why aren't you kissing me now? And without a time waste, Taehyung start kissing Jungkook possessively. After a week, in Jaeon mansion, Jungkook and Taehyung are sitting in front of Jaeon couple. Mr. Jaeon, so your decision is unchanged? Jungkook, yes. Mr. Jaeon, what will you do if I depart you from this home and properties? Jungkook was silent for a moment but he said, Jungkook, don't you love me anymore, Dad? Will you really do this to your only child? Jungkook said it in pitiful way and showing his sad puppy eyes, and Jaeon couple became silent at this. Mrs. Jaeon, no baby bun. You are my only son, I'll not let you go anywhere. Mrs. Jaeon glared at her husband. Mrs. Jaeon, am I right, honey? Mr. Jaeon, yes. Jungkook, really, Dad? You really agreed? I promise, I'll do whatever you want me to do. Thanks, Dad. Jungkook said happily. Mr. Jaeon, no need. We approve your relationship but in one condition. They both became quiet and looking at Mr. Jaeon. Mr. Jaeon, you'll live with us in this house. I want to spend quality time with my son. Mr. Jaeon still remember when Jungkook had told him once, you guys can't even give me some time, and now he wants to fulfill Jungkook's this wish because he feels guilty, but Taehyung, but Uncle Kooky can't live without me. Taehyung is scared of departure with Jungkook again, so he said it, but Mr. Jaeon gave him a pointing looks like, really? Mr. Jaeon, my son also want my company. But Mrs. Jaeon meddled between them. Mrs. Jaeon, is that so? Then you can also live here with my son, after all he likes you. In bedroom, Taehyung, why do I feel like your parents really don't likes me? Jungkook, is that so? Then you have to do hard work to claim their son. Jungkook tease. He is in Taehyung's arm right now. But Taehyung pinch his waist. Taehyung, but I do always claim you as mine every night.